What's up? This is Z-Trip, and I'm answering questions that you guys asked about DJHero. Alright, so Elliot Rudner wants to know, what song didn't I mix in this game that I would have liked to have mixed? That's probably going to be something like a Led Zeppelin or a AC/DC or something that you can't clear because they don't really clear anything for things like this, for video games. But that's kind of like the holy grail of music. That's like life music for me. So it'd probably be something like that, some rock tune, maybe mixed with like some hip-hop tune, like a rock hymn and Zeppelin, something like that. Alright, so Anonymous wants to know, how do I think DJHero measures up to the quality of Guitar Hero? I want to say it's along the same lines, but since they're kind of a little too different, it's a little hard for me to generalize and say one is better or has more, has better qualities than the other. But I do think that because Guitar Hero is very song-based and you have to sort of emulate or play along with the song, you're stuck in the guidelines of having to play to the structure of a song. Whereas with DJHero, the whole point is to actually reappropriate and restructure all songs, so it allows you to sort of have a bit more flexibility in that manner. So I think DJHero has a little bit more of an abstract way and better gameplay probably down the line than Guitar Hero. What impact do I think DJHero will have on the DJ community and the video game community? The DJ community is getting recognized, and the skills that we do and the things we do to manipulate music are actually being recognized and embraced. If you love DJ culture, I'll take it strictly from a DJ perspective, but if you love DJ culture, then you want everything. You want to get the game, you want to get the real stuff, you want to research all the DJs, you want to learn about it, so as much information as you can get, the better. So I'm hoping it actually kickstarts some DJ careers. We'll see what happens though. Alright, so Dwayne Stanton would like to know, when you saw the talent that was included on the game and realized that you would be a part of it, what was your reaction? My reaction was, well, I was stoked, naturally, to be the first DJ, or one of the, group of DJs in the first DJ game. It's mega. So, super overwhelmed, really, really flattered and really stoked. And the cool thing about it is it has people in the game that I look up to, and that was a big factor of me deciding to get into the game, because, something like this could have easily been screwed up, and the fact that there were people that I respected in the game already made me feel a bit more at ease. Tori Moore wants to know, how many tracks did I make for the video game and what's my favorite? I made 3. My favorite would have to be the remake of Jukebox Hero, which was actually Foreigner, that I did with Murs, and we reappropriated it, called it DJHero. And it's basically the same song, conceptually. With Jukebox Hero, a guy goes out and hears a guitarist play guitar, and is inspired to buy a guitar and become a guitarist. It's the same thing with DJHero. I took it and just swapped out guitar for turntable. Okay, Josh McCaulkle wants to know, do I have any advice for aspiring DJs? I get so much advice, but I'm going to keep it short and simple. 2 things you need to learn. One is you need to practice as often as possible and put in the time and the effort and the work. And the other thing is you should study the history before everything that came before you, all the DJs, everything that you're trying to become. You need to know where it came from first. Josh Schumann wants to know, in my professional experience, how does the DJHero turntable compare to the real turntable? It's kind of tough because they're kind of 2 completely different things. One's a real turntable and one's a video game turntable, and they sort of, one's a video game, one's the real thing. It emulates it, but also at the same time it's got buttons on the turntable, so it's a little sort of interesting in that regard. But, for a video game, I think it has all the appropriate knobs and buttons to do what you want to do to get the video game play out of the game and actually have it make sense. But Joe Stevens wants to know, has the game lived up to or surpassed what I originally intended? That's kind of a hard one because I didn't go into it with any preconceived notion of what this game was going to be. I just sort of was like, okay, let me mess with it and see what comes out of it. But I think in some aspects it's totally gone past what I envisioned that they could do with DJing as a video game. but you know, in some regards also, they still haven't cracked the ceiling. There's still plenty of room for improvement. But I do find that there are parts in the game that are really intriguing and really interesting to me. But I think, like I said, by the third or fourth game, it's going to be there's so much room to improve and grow that it's going to be really interesting. So Def Jeff wants to know what DJs that are not in this game do I think would be worthy for future games. You know, that's funny because there's a lot of DJs that I think would be really really good in this game and would actually lend their skills and their sound to the game to change it. You know, a couple right off the bat. I could name a whole bunch, but we'd be here all day. But I think Qbert right off the bat should be in the game. I think A-Track, Craze, those are a couple guys, you know, again, more turntablists that I think that, you know, or come from that background, I should say, that would really, really do well in the game. Each DJ has their different style, and if you get the guys who have the most eclectic and different styles all paired up in one game, then you really got, in my opinion, you've got great gameplay. So Fresh Tables wants to know, is there a disadvantage to being left-handed? If he's asking me personally, I would say no, because I'm right-handed. But if he's asking about the game, I would say I think you can actually swap the player around to DJ left-handed or right-handed. Who in the game am I a big fan of? I have to say the three people that stand out the most would have to be Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jeff, and Shadow. Those guys had probably the biggest impact in that order in my career. What is something you haven't shared with your fans, either about life or music, that you wouldn't mind sharing now? Well, I'm an open book when it comes to life and music. So I kind of share everything. In fact, I share music. That's the thing I like to share. So you can go to my website and download it for free. How about that plug? How about that for sharing? Tim Stewart wants to know, what DJs do I respect? I respect DJs who take chances and push boundaries and try and sound different than all the other DJs out there. That to me is a sign of a good DJ, and someone who takes the time to actually research the music and is a music person. What functionality with DJHero do you find to be the coolest and most relatable to real DJing? Like the platter is kind of interesting because it has the ability to sort of move 360, which is kind of cool. The fader, I think, might be also the thing that actually reminds me of it being realistic. This is one more anonymous from Facebook wants to know, how did I get connected with DJHero? Well, they reached out to me and asked me to come down and check out the game. So I demoed the game, and it looked pretty interesting. And again, I asked who else was involved. And at the time, Shadow was the only guy that I'd known that was involved. So I was like, well, cool, if he's involved, he's obviously done a little bit of the research to see if, you know, and make sure that this thing isn't corny. So the fact that he was involved in it made me ease back a little bit. And then I started doing my own research on the game and asking questions and whatnot. And they were asking me questions, and I started to realize that they actually gave a shit about the culture enough to not just bang out a game that was, you know, that didn't have any sort of real roots in what we do.